The Holy Spirit spoke to me through an old animated movie called The Lion King, the old one. It's a story about this lion cub called Simba. The thing about a cub is that a cub is a lion that is not yet a lion. So one day this cub, out of disobedience, curiosity and carelessness, found himself lost in the den of hyenas, an elephant graveyard they call it. It's funny that it's called an elephant graveyard. It's a place where big dreams die. He found himself being hunted down by 3 hyenas and they eventually boxed him to a corner. Then the cub remembered, oh, I am a lion. So he roared as hard as he could. The hyenas laughed at the weakness and the smallness of his baby roar. He roared the second time, this time much more harder, but it was even more hilarious. It showed fear and impotence. It felt like all hope is lost. This must be the end. Until he summoned the last drop of strength and courage he could muster, and he roared again. This time around, what they heard was a roar that was loud, deep, and powerful. The hyenas and even the cub himself were shocked. How is that even possible? They soon realized that it was not the cub's roar that they heard. They heard the roar of his father. He showed up. You see, the previous roar might not have been powerful enough to scare the hyenas, but it was loud enough to summon the father. I believe this is a prophetic word for someone out there. Roar again. Yes, it may be weak and small. Yes, it may be one out of fear and one out of a feeling of impotence, but this time around it will sound differently because the roar of the Father will be heard in it. Continuing with the movie, you see the enemy scarred this cub with a mindset that made sure that he remained small. It made him run away from what he was destined to be, a lion. So we find one born a king eating dirt, one born a lion meant for the kill, settling for insects and worms, with a new motto, Hakuna Matata. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Oh yes, it does. This is what happens when lions decide to mingle with weasels and pigs. Be careful with the company that you keep. Until he had this defining encounter with Mufasa, his father the king. He didn't get all the answers he wanted, but he got a word. Remember who you are. And I believe the Holy Spirit is speaking to someone out there. It's not just to remember who you are, but to remember whose you are. And that was enough to turn a weak and defeated overgrown cub into a strong and courageous lion. That was enough to empower one to face an old familiar nemesis, scar, an old mindset, an ancient pattern. You see, as long as you're courageous enough to face it, victory is inevitable. Joshua 1 verse 6. I don't know who this word is for, but to whom it may concern, the lion is coming. God bless you.